Only a few days after he completely ruled out running in this election, Nigel Farage called an emergency press conference to announce he'd changed his mind.
I am going to stand in this election. I'll be launching my candidacy at midday tomorrow in the Essex seaside town of Clacton.
Polls in the past have suggested Nigel Farage has a better chance in his chosen seat, Clacton, on the Essex coast, than any other. Nigel Farage predicted his party would get other seats and end up with more votes than the Tories.
We can get more votes in this election than the Conservative Party. They are on the verge of total collapse, and it couldn't happen, frankly, to nicer people. The Conservative Party's first week, above all, has been to crush the Reform vote. We're bringing back national service and nonsense like that, which isn't actually true anyway. And it hasn't worked. We've gone up on the week, not down on the week.
Nigel Farage said he decided on Sunday to replace the current leader of Reform, Richard Tice, with himself. Nigel Farage is majority shareholder of the Reform Party.
What does it say about the way you view democracy that these types of backroom changes of leadership can happen?
Sorry, I almost nodded off then. I really do apologise.
Nigel Farage, haven't you just made Keir Starmer the happiest guy in British politics right now?
No is the answer. Those people currently saying they'll vote Reform won't vote Conservative. They've gone. The Red Wall has felt completely betrayed. I think we'll draw fairly evenly from now on from Conservative and the Labour Party.
Rishi Sunak, campaigning in Henley, earlier responded to rumours that Nigel Farage would stand. He renewed his message to voters who prioritise immigration to stick with the Tories.
A vote for anyone who's not a Conservative candidate is just a vote to put Keir Starmer in number 10.
Oh gosh, we're going to keep going, right, OK.
The Lib Dems managed to photobomb Rishi Sunak's campaign appearance. Opinion polls tonight, conducted before Nigel Farage's statement, compounded the gloom for the Tories. Earlier, Keir Starmer pronounced the post-war era over. Labour gathered military veterans who were running as Labour candidates around the leader. Keir Starmer was asked, would he be willing to press the nuclear button?
It is there as a vital part of our defence, so of course we would have to be prepared to use it.
One of the main focuses of the Tory campaign so far had been trying to win back desperately needed voters from the Reform Party. Nigel Farage's full engagement in this election could stall that, maybe even reverse it.
Well, I spoke to Nigel Farage shortly after he announced he'd run, and I started by putting it to him that voting Reform on July the 4th helps Labour get a bigger majority.
Do you know what? I heard this argument back in 2015 from Channel 4 and many others, and it turned out to be wrong, because we took more votes from the Labour Party than the Conservatives.
It's
now, what's happened here? What's happened? Very different circumstances. So there's a 10% swing away from the Conservatives already towards Reform. These are Red Wall voters who will not go back to the Conservatives under any circumstances. My guess is that from here, if we move forwards in the polls the way that I believe and hope we can, we'll probably take evenly from Labour and Conservative. This election's over. It's over. It's going to be a Labour majority. The debate is who forms the opposition.
But you must think that you will be taking votes from the Conservatives, because that's where your opportunity is to win seats.
Yeah. Point one, there is no Conservative Party. It doesn't exist. It's a series of factions that hate each other. And point two, a lot of those people who are saying they're going to vote Labour won't when they see that I'm here and what I'm standing for in this election.
Is your commitment for 5 years, even if you lose in Clacton?
Yes, absolutely.
And what would so you would be a leader outside Parliament, just like Richard Tyson's been?
Just as I was in many, many years, as you know, I was in the European Parliament, not the British Parliament, but still I think a catalyst for a major transformational change in British politics.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's really unconventional about Reform is that you're a company and that you're the majority shareholder. So you're able to sort of do whatever you want effectively, aren't you? I mean, you can decide policy, you can decide if you're the leader or not, you can decide who the candidates are. You're sort of a one-man sort of internal dictatorship.
That's how things start in life, and we're a very, very new organisation, and that will grow and expand and democratise over time. You have my word on that.
So you're going to stop being a company, are you, and become a normal political party? When will you do that?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, you're going to stay as a company?
I don't know about that. You know, it was set up. Does it really matter?
Well, it does in that there's no sort of internal party democracy to sort of create policy or leadership. You know, you can't be removed, can you, as leader?
Yeah. We're a brand. Of course, actually, under our constitution, I can. So you're wrong about that.
How?
I can. Look, we're a brand new organisation. Because if 2/3 of the members said I had to go, I'd have to go.
I mean, the big issue for you is immigration. So which of the parties, given the current choices between Labour and the Conservatives, which of their immigration policies do you think is the most acceptable to you and Reform voters?
Neither. Labour opened the door in a way that had never been seen in history. The Conservatives accelerated it. Frankly, right now, I cannot spot the difference between them.
And what would your immigration policy be?
We can't go on the way we are. It's incredible, really.
But
when you
what would
think
you do?
about it, well, that's very easy. You up the levels and you say it's skilled labour only.
Yeah, no, obviously there was a huge number of skilled visas given out over the last year by this government. I'm just wondering which categories you would knock out.
We have to get net migration down to as close as zero as we possibly can for a period of time. We cannot go on like this. It is a disaster for our country. And actually, it's been dividing the country as well.
Now, you're standing in Clacton. Your candidate there was in a bit of trouble over some things he'd written that were allegedly anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim, so you'd have probably had to get rid of him anyway. I mean, and there were a couple of other candidates you've had to ditch as well. I mean, do you think Richard Tyson's been a bit asleep on the job when it comes to candidates? Are you going to do a review of all your candidates?
Oh, well, have a look at the Tory MPs caught up in all sorts of scandals, Labour MPs as well. I don't think problems with candidates or individuals is unique to Reform, do you?
No, definitely not. But I wonder what you're going to do about it.
Well, we've got a vetting system in place, and I hope we're going to weed out those that ought not to be there. We're doing our best.
Nigel Farage, thank you very much.
Thank you.